Hello everybody, I'm Stefan, I'm a Berlin-based SEO and I'm the founder of the GSC Helper extension. In this video I'm going to show you the capabilities of version 1.7, so it could happen that there's a new version out but I have not recorded any additional video. In case you're wondering what has happened, you can always follow the links in the extension to my website and there is an enhanced FAQ section and then you can follow up what has changed in the meantime. So first things first, let's head over to my browser. I already installed the extension from the Chrome Dev Store, and what I would recommend to you is that whenever you have installed the extension, go to the upper right corner, click on the puzzle icon, and then you can pin the extension. Pinning has the advantage that you can access all the actions with just one click. So for example, when I'm here currently on my website, I can click the extension logo and then I will be headed over to Google Search Console. And oops, here is the first thing that is going to happen. GSC Helper tried to open this URL, so the homepage URL, in Google Search Console according to my configuration. And as you can see, this email address doesn't have access to this property. So what I could do, I could just say, let's try it one more time in the same Google account, but as a domain property. I'm clicking open and then you can see, oh great, everything is working over here. So first things first, let's go one step back. So I'm back on the home page. I'm clicking with the right mouse button on the logo, go to the options panel, and there you can configure the so-called deep link. So the deep link is the default action of the extension whenever you are outside of Google Search Console. So like you're browsing on the websites, you're hitting the extension logo, then it will open the currently visited page in Google Search Console according to your configuration. So I could say over here, I want to open it as a domain property. It should be pre-selected as a country for Germany. And I want to see the time frame year to date. And I'm saying, okay, open it in the first, second or third account. So this is really important for agency SEOs because there is quite common that you have your own personal account and there's the agency account where all the Google Search Console accesses are in. And when the client is going to share a link with you and you're clicking on it, it will try to open the link by default in your primary account. So what you can do is saying, okay, when I know that the first account doesn't have access to Google Search Console, I can say always go for the second account. I'm hitting save and then it will open the links accordingly. Right now, I'm not going to change that. I'm sticking to the configuration here. And now I'm going back to the website. I'm hitting the extension logo up here one more time. And then you can see that the time frame is now set year to date. So meaning from the 1st of January to the currently available date. And yeah, basically it's also filtered for Germany as a country. So these are the default options you have for the logo. The other things I want to show you is, for example, the custom regex. So one of the downsides of Google Search Console is that you can't save a configuration. Yes, you can create a bookmark and then always come back to the same thing. But just imagine I want to filter out all branded terms. So I could say the query should exclude my name. And now I'm saying SSCDE, for example, non-brand or something like that. I'm going to save this. And when I'm then in Google Search Console, I could go for right mouse button click. I can go here to the custom regex and then you can see that the name I have defined is going to become available. So when I'm going to select it, the regex filter will be set. So here you can now say custom regex doesn't match and then the term I have entered here. You have up to 15 slots, so you can make your configurations like saying only product detail pages or only category pages or not including the brand name of a client or should include the brand name of a client. Save this and then you're going to Google Search Console, right mouse button click, GSC Helper, then it's here in the custom regex section and then you're selecting whatever you want to do. As we're already having a look on this thing here, the other possibilities you have is changing the date. So I could say show me the last full 3 months. So it's basically saying from the 1st to the end of the month should be passed completely. So right now, as we are having beginning of October, the last full 3 available months are July to September. I could also say Now let's have a compare function, and I want to compare the last full month versus the penultimate full month. So it's in this case September against August. Or I'm going to say I want to compare month to date versus the previous month, for example. Yeah. So now as we're having the 8th of October today, and Google has this 2-day delay, we will see from the 1st to the 6th, and this being compared to the other time period. Other options that you have is, first off, you could say remove all the filters, then it will unset everything and you will see the default view again. What you could also do is going to the URL filter and saying only show me URLs that are located in root. Then it will paste a predefined regex who is going to look up for that, and you can see all those URLs are currently placed in the root property on the root folder, and then I can see the data according to this. What else is inside here? There are some actions which I will show to you later. Other things you have is, for example, query filters. So you could say, I want to see only queries containing, for example, 3 words. Then I can apply the custom regex for this one over here. Then I go into queries and you can see only queries that are containing 3 words are now going to show them to me. So it's super flexible. On the one hand side, you have these preset regex for URLs or queries, or you can define your own ones in the options, save them, and then you can load them from the context menu. Other things you could do is when you're in the queries section, for instance, you can once again click on the extension logo, and then you will see an enhanced table. The interesting part up here is it's saying, totally you have 421 clicks in the time period. So according to the configuration over here, if there's nothing set, it's basically the default. In this case for Google Search Console, the default is, over here, it's the last 3 months of data. But the interesting part is, if I'm going to sum up the clicks in the table, I will hardly ever manage to reach 100%. So in this case, I'm having 115 clicks I could associate to a query. And if I'm going to divide those two numbers, the total clicks are coming from here. And the clicks in the charts, basically here, or basically here from my table, I will see that the keyword coverage is just 27%. So this means in this case, 72.68% of all the queries are currently unavailable to me. So I basically don't see them. Other things you have is the amount of queries that are within the table. I'm going to tell you how many of them have at least 1 click, so 1 click or more. I am telling you what the stats of the last query in the table is. So in this case, it's the last row down here. You can see it has 0 clicks and 1 impression. And there's something more that is interesting for you. So I'm not only going to show you the default information like the clicks, impressions, CTR. I'm also telling you the word count or the rounded position of the query. And here, based on the position, I'm going to tell you, are you ranking on the first page or on the second page? So this is not a very accurate one, but I'm just going to pick up if the ranking is between 1 and 10, it's saying SERP page 1. If it's 11 to 20, yes, SERP page 2 and so on. Then we have the rounded impressions, and I'm calculating the traffic share. So the traffic share is basically telling you how much of your traffic or how many clicks this particular keyword is adding to the clicks coverage that you have. So as we are having 421 clicks in total, this keyword makes 27 clicks right now. It has a traffic share of 6.41%. The second keyword search analyzer has currently 22 clicks, so it's additional 5.3%. And if I'm going to sum it up, accumulate the traffic share, these two keywords are leading to 10 or 11.64% of my traffic. Other things you can do here, you can jump back to Google Search Console to analyze a particular query according to the configuration you had defined before. And yes, you can save the table by clicking on this button or copy it to your clipboard and then just paste it in a spreadsheet, whatever you do, whatever you like. The even more interesting part for most people are the pages. So because when I'm on the pages section, I'm clicking the extension logo one more time, I'm seeing a different visualization. So here I'm extracting the clicks, the total clicks again, and I'm summing up the clicks according to the table. And here it's saying, hey, you have 421 clicks overall. That's the number up here. But if I sum up the clicks from the table, I'm going to end up with 427. Why is that? So Google has two ways to measure and calculate data. One is based on the property and the other one is based on URLs. So it could happen that for one search, your website is clicked multiple times with different pages. So this means there's one click overall, but if I would look up on it in the dimension by page, it's 2 clicks, and that's why the keyword coverage in this scenario can exceed 100%. Yeah, because the 421 are aggregated by property, the 427 is aggregated by URL, and therefore it can be higher. The other thing you can see here is once again the traffic share, and the SERP keyword extractor plugin is another plugin from me. It's generating 162 clicks out of this 421. So meaning it has a traffic share of 38 clicks, 38% of the clicks. Yeah, 162 from 421, it's 38%. The second page that is performing quite well is the GSC Helper extension itself. It generates 86 clicks, meaning it's 20.43% of all the clicks up here. So meaning those two pages are making up right now roughly 60% of by complete traffic. And this is important for you to know because most SEOs are telling you, hey, you need to ramp up the pages. But if you're looking on the data like this, you will see that it's usually just a couple of pages that are generating the major percentage of all the traffic. So it could be quite common that, for example, the top 50 pages are going to make up 80% of your visitors. And these are the most valuable pages you should have a look after. You have to check if they're up to date and all the other things you could do as an SEO. On top of that, I'm having two aggregations or multiple aggregations. It's by folder. So here you can see where are these URLs located. So for example, the Vision knowledge directory in my website is currently containing 4 URLs that were generating clicks. The URL share, so meaning how many URLs are inside here, is 10%. And the fancy part for you is that you're not only going to be able to see the click share of URLs within this directory and the impression share, but you can also click here and analyze the folder in GSC. So this is basically just going to filter for this particular folder. Sorry, I will fix this in a second. Or you can go here to the folder property. So it's very crucial that you are going to verify your Google Search Console in the most general way possible. And therefore it's important that you're going to verify not only domain property, but also the most important folders. So what I'm doing now, as I'm having full owner access, I can click here, verify your ownership, and then I will see this folder as a separate property in my selection box up here. So all the data you will now see within Google Search Console are just based on this URL path or URL pattern. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm verifying the folder. You can see as there's data already inside. It has been verified before, but I was just removing myself for the purpose of showing you what this additional feature in the not verified dialog can do for you. So this is super important to understand where the traffic is going to land on your website. Are there particular folders which are performing better? What is the click share? What is the impression share? And you can, on the one hand side, analyze the performance of the folder directly in the main property, as you can see up here, or even more important, verify those folders, add them as own properties, either by first folder, second folder, and if a URLs would have it also available as the third folder. What else do I have for you? The initial feature I was creating is a visualization for the dates tab. So just let me change the time frame over here. I'm going to set the date from year to date. And now in the dates tab, when I'm going to click the extension logo up here, I will see this visualization. So you can see the data not only aggregated by day, but in this case, by month. So right now we have two views. Up here you have the chart. The chart could show you the data aggregated by week or by quarter or by month. And down here you have the table. So within the table, there is something I need to fix. Within the table, you have the option to see. Okay, it's a bit messed up. This is something I need to fix before I'm going to put the version live. You will have the date here. You have the clicks. You have the impressions per day. You're saying what day of the week was it, what was the week, what was the quarter and the year. So you can use this data to either see the performance over time here as a table, or here as by quarter. Okay, now it's working there. Yeah, and then you can see basically what are the overall performance trends. You can either select show me only the clicks, how the clicks are performing over time, or you're saying show it to me by impressions, or show both and aggregate it by week. And then you'll see how the trends are going to develop with your website. So this is super cool. Other things you could do is going here, save the table. So this is going to save the table you can look at. Same thing if you're copying it to the clipboard, or you can save the chart up here as a PNG and then work with it. There's another feature, and this additional feature is related to the compare mode. So for example, there is a Google update and you want to know what has happened on your website. You can basically select compare, as I've shown. Super handy if you just go to the options panel and select one of the preset date ranges from here. And when I'm clicking the extension logo from here, I will see an enhanced query compare mode. So I'm seeing, for example, what are the percentage changes up here. So I had in the first period, that is September versus August, I was having 136 clicks. Before it was 160. So it's a delta, a minus of 24. It's a delta in percent of 15%. And you have that across the board. So you can see it for the individual queries. You can view it up here for the website overall. You can see once again how many queries are reported. As in this conversion mode, Google is showing the same keyword for both periods. You can see how many of them had generated clicks in the first period versus the second period. And once again, here are some deep links inside. So you could click on the links and then see how is this query performing over time, which pages are ranking, how is the page performance, and so on and so forth. The other thing you can see is, as I've already told you, changes in percent can either be positive or negative values. What is the CTR? Here was 50%. Now it has increased by 7.1%. The position, the rounded position, the position for the second period, the rounded position, and so on and so forth, and the word count. So this is super helpful to analyze where have been changes. You can use the table headers to sort the data. I think there is something I would need to work on, but I promise I will do this. So we could, for example, say which keywords have had the highest decline in clicks, or which had the highest decline in position. Over here. Here is basically conversion. It was not ranking the one period. It was what it was ranking in the second period. So that's why the delta can be exceeding 150. So this is quite cool and helpful for you. And another feature I have is in the page indexing reports. So for example, if you head over to a page with redirect, you can go to the right mouse button, click, and then the options menu is slightly different. So here you have the option to extract the sample URLs. So all the up to 1,000 samples Google is going to list here. They will be stored in your clipboard, and then you can paste them in a spreadsheet or whatever you want to do. So if you want to understand which pages are currently marked as, for example, page with redirect, go in the particular report, hit the right mouse button, then select what you want to have, only the URLs, also the last scroll date or last scroll date. And on top of that, you also want to get at the source. Yeah, this is it. There are more features about to come. So just follow here or sign up for my newsletter, or check the options in the extension. And yes, I'm wishing you quite a lot of fun and helpful insights due to the support of GSC Helper. If you have any question, you can reach out to me. My contact details are within the extensions. And yes, this is it. So have a great day. Bye.